Hi, this is Cindy Wells, your Tour de Los Alamos race director, and I'm here with Fortunato Ferreira, who has been the men's winner 4 different years at the Tour de Los Alamos. And we're going to talk to you about the race course. And it's a counterclockwise loop of 27 miles, and depending on which category you're entered in, you may be doing 1 to 3 of those loops, so up to 81 miles. And a couple things to keep in mind. Always think about safety. This is an open course. Make sure that you are always looking for vehicles. Even if you have a police officer at an intersection waving you through, it's always important to keep your own safety in mind and watch for a vehicle that may not see a signal from an officer. So, and then just some general description of the course. We start in downtown Los Alamos. We have a neutral parade to West Road. That's after the vehicle access portal at the laboratory. So from that point on, West Jemez, we race and turn left at the back gate, go past Bandelier National Monument, and if you're from out of town, haven't been there, you should go check it out while you're here, and then through White Rock, and then there's a little climb up Jemez, heading back into town. So, Fortunato, what do you think of the course?
Well, first of all, First of all, it's nice that we start downtown. It's nice to have, people can do all the routine, the pre-race tradition in town, close to a coffee place, and thanks to also your sponsor, I guess. And then it's nice to do the parade into town, and then when the race starts, we start right uphill. It's a gradual climb, but it's good to warm up the engine, I say. After the back gate, after the left turn, the downhill towards the Bandelier Loop is pretty fast. But it's not a technical downhill, so you still have to pedal to keep the pace up. So even if you're in a breakaway in the third lap, it's not enough because you still have to pedal for the downtown. Right after the Bandelier National Park, there is the downhill into Ancho Canyon, which is probably the most technical park, if you agree with me. And that's also where the race director always ask us to pay attention because there is a technical right turn corner. Usually it's neutral. Nobody's crazy to try to pass you there, but just pay attention there. Then we have 2 big rollers going to White Rock, the Water Canyon, the local, that's how they call the climb. It's a pretty steep but very short climb. I mean, there is another big roller right before entering White Rock. After White Rock, there is probably the flattest section of the race, all the way from White Rock to the intersection to what we call the track route, which is the road that takes you back to the finish line. And then after 3 miles of a false flat, there is the biggest uphill of the race, which is probably 1.5, 2 miles, all the way to the finish line. The problem is if you're doing more than 1 lap, after the finish line, the climb will of course continue because you're already done at the start, and that's how you have to repeat the loop, basically.
And you brought up some great points about safety. So Ancho Canyon, it is a neutral zone, so please make sure that you follow the signs there. There will be a sign that says where the neutral zone starts and where it ends. And so we ask that people don't race through there because there is that descent, and then there's kind of a hairpin 180 turn at the bottom. It's not crazy. I'm not a great cyclist. I go down it and I'm not afraid of it, but nobody should be racing there. So just make sure you're all careful through there. It doesn't make any sense to maybe make a second on a climb and risk a broken femur. So on a descent. And then the other point that you brought up, after White Rock, there are a lot of cross streets there. So again, be paying attention for traffic. We do have volunteers and police officers at some different intersections. But when you are on that section after White Rock to the left turn onto Jemez, there can be some traffic there, and there isn't much of a shoulder. So, try to be courteous as you can. I know this is a race, but try to be courteous and stay as far to the right as possible. There are people that will be traveling on the roads that day. So, is there anything else that you think about the course?
Well, I want to thank you for putting the race one more time, one more here. It's a classic, so it's always nice to have the race, and thank you.
Oh, you're most welcome, and I really appreciate the opportunity to do it. I can't believe the Tour de Los Alamos has been around as long as it is, and I think it's an awesome race for New Mexico in general, and I appreciate every single racer that comes out and every volunteer. So, thanks, Fortunato.
Thank you, Cindy.